Welcome everyone. So today let's continue with the lesson Introduction to Biotechnology. So student, in this video we shall study an interesting concepts related to biotechnology for class 9, and this is part 5 video of this lesson. Okay, so some cells in the body of living organism are totipotent, and that is, if provided a proper environment, a new organism can grow from these cells. Okay, that means if the cells from a parent body has been removed and a proper nutrient medium has been provided to these cells, then what happened? The cell will start multiplying. That means cell division takes place and a new organism can form. Okay, so alongside you can observe a diagram in which the cell explant. So this is a cell from a root of a carrot. Okay, has been taken out, and then proper nutrient medium is provided to these cell. Then cell will grow, it will multiply, cell division takes place, and it will grow into a new plantlet. That means a new organism or new plants can be formed from a cells of a parent's plant. Okay, so and this ability is of a cell to grow into new plant or new organism, it is called as a totipotency. Now here it was realized that with the help of these property of the cells and their genetically controlled biochemical process, varieties of high yielding crops and new species of animal and various vaccines could be produced. And this led to the rise of a new branch in biology, that is biotechnology. Now let's see what is biotechnology. Okay, what is biotechnology? Alright, so biotechnology is the area of biology that uses living processes, organisms or systems to manufacture products or technology intended to improve the quality of human life. That means biotechnology involves the living organism, living process, and old organisms are used to make a new organism or new product. Okay, so this is what biotechnology is. And this technique is used to improve the quality of the organisms or to achieve a new varieties, new species. We are using biotechnology. Okay, so the technique of bringing about improvement in living organism by artificial genetic changes and by hybridization for the welfare of human beings are together called biotechnology. Now hybridization is a process of combining different varieties of organism just to create a hybrid or new organism, and with the help of this technique it has become possible to produce plants and animals bearing some new characteristic in addition to their natural ones. And it includes the technique of genetic engineering and tissue cultures. Now these tissue culture we will study in our coming slide. So its uses are in the production of cash crops, improvement in variety of cash crops. Now cash crops are the crops produces for the commercial value. An increase in abilities of plants to withstand environmental stress, vaccine production, early diagnosis of congenital diseases. Now congenital diseases, these are the diseases which are present at or before birth of a child. An organ transplant, cancer research, production of artificial skin, cartilages, etc. in laboratories. So for all this purpose biotechnology is using. Okay, now suppose you want to grow a garden like the one shown in the picture around your home or school. What would you do to achieve that? By which method will you cultivate those seedlings? And you must have seen flowers of same variety but of 2 or 3 different colors born by same plant. How is this possible? So this is possible by the technique of tissue culture. Now let's study what is this technique. Okay, tissue culture. So ex vivo growth of cells or tissues in an aseptic and nutrient rich medium is called tissue culture. Now ex vivo means it is a cell of a parent plant has been grown outside of the body of a parent plant. Okay, and these ex vivo growth of the cells or tissues in an aseptic. Now aseptic, this is a medium free from microorganisms or bacteria. Okay, so this is called as a tissue culture. And Tissue culture, a method of biological research in which fragments of tissues from an animal or plant are transformed. Now these animal and plant, these are the parent body, okay, are transferred to an artificial environment. That means artificial environment means nutrient rich medium is provided to that tissues in which they can continue to survive and function. So in this step, by this technique, a new organisms has been, or new plant has been developed with a new characteristic and new species and new variety. So nowadays a complete organism can be developed from a single cell or from a tissue with the help of the tissue culture technique. So a liquid, solid or gel like medium prepared from agar. Now agar, this is a gel like medium which comes from a red algae, okay, and which supplies nutrient and energy necessary for the tissue culture is used in this technique. So all this medium agar is this is a medium which provide nutrient and energy necessary for the growing of a cell into a new species. Now here we have the various processes in tissue culture. So you can observe here one complete cycle, okay, in which you can first you will see a source of a plant. So this is a parent, and from which this is a parent plant, and from this a bulb corn of a source plant has been removed, and that bulb corn has been introduced into the proper nutrient medium, okay, and this medium will provide the nutrients and energy necessary for the growing of that bulb corn or cell, okay. So this is a primary treatment, and after this primary treatment the cell or tissue will start in multiplication. They will multiply, and then here the shooting and rooting system has been developed. That means roots, stem and leaves are start to develop, okay. After that we have the primary hardening and then secondary hardening. So here you can see how by a single bulb corn how the secondary hardening, how the new plants are developing, okay. So this is the technique of a tissue culture, okay. An introduction to scientists. So Frederick Campion Stewart 1904 to 1993 was a British botanist, and he had shown that cells and tissue can be grown ex vivo. That means the cells and tissue can be grown outside the body of a parent plant. And to prove this, he isolated the cells from carrot root and cultured them in a nutrient medium. So here you can observe the root of a carrot plant has been isolated from the plant, and the root cells cultured in a nutrient medium. That means proper nutrient like agar or any proper nutrient has been provided to this particular cell, and here the cell division in cell, that means from a single cell the cell will start multiplying, and you can observe the plantlet are formed, okay, and then after that plantlet an adult plant can be prepared or produced. So he also proved that each cell has the ability to produce a new plant. It means from a single cell which has been removed from the parent plant, it will grow into a new plant, and this is called as a totipotency also. Now next is changes in agricultural management due to the biotechnology. Now here we will see all the changes in agriculture due to the biotechnology. Okay, so genetically modified crops or GM crops are being produced by introducing changes in DNA of natural crops. That means in the natural crops, in the natural DNA, the artificial changes has been done and GM crops are developed. And normally such varieties are not found in nature, thus new varieties are produced artificially. And different useful characters are introduced in such varieties by doing the changes in DNA of natural crops. Now next we have ability to withstand environmental stress. Some naturally occurring varieties cannot withstand environmental stresses like frequently changing temperature, wet and dry famines, changing climate, etc. But however, GM crops can grow in any of such adverse conditions. So this is how the biotechnology, due to the biotechnology, the plants has an ability to withstand in all of the environmental stress. and the destruction of the plant in such conditions has been reduced now due to the biotechnology only. Now, as GM crops or genetically modified crops are resistant to insects, pests, pathogens, that is viruses, chemical, weedicide. Now, weedicide, these are the small plants, plant growth taken place between the old plants, okay, etc. The use of harmful chemicals like pesticides can be avoided. And fourth one, due to use of a seeds of GM crops, there is improvement in nutrient value and decrease in loss of crops. So these all are the changes have been take place in the agriculture due to the biotechnology. And in this way, as seeds of a better quality of a crops are being produced, farmers all over the world are cultivating the GM crops on large scale, and the area under its cultivation is increasing day by day. Now here, yielding varieties of GM crops like banana, maize, rice, potato, soybean, tomato, cotton, apple, brinjal, papaya, wheat, rose, tobacco, wheat, etc. are available. And here pest resistant genes have been introduced in some of these GM crops, and for example here we have these are the genetically modified seeds, okay, or crops. Now here we have an example, that is maize. So its GM crop is MON 810 and MON 863. Now potato, it's Amphora, and rice, golden rice. This is a genetically modified crops of a rice, variety of a rice. Now soybean, Western gold, and for tomato we have Vaishali, and cotton, BT cotton. Now BT is a Bacillus thuringiensis bacteria which is introducing into the cotton crops, okay, and by introducing this BT bacteria, what happens, the destruction of the cotton crops has been stopped now. And in this way a green evolution is being achieved through tissue culture, and a country like India with a huge population is meeting with success in producing sufficient food grains for all. So student, that's it for today's video. I hope you all have understood the concept, very easy concept of biotechnology. Next part we will continue in our next session. Thank you.